Many stars already have a mythic air about them, so if they make predictions or even jokes about their deaths, and fate follows through, those stories become otherworldly. The fatal foreshadowing on this list played out in songs, letters, and haunting conversations. Soon after the shooting death of controversial rapper XXXTentacion on June 18, 2018, a strangely prophetic Instagram Live video went viral. In the video, posted months earlier, X addresses his own untimely death.
Worst thing comes to worst, I die a tragic death or some and I'm not able to see out my dreams.
The rapper, who was just 19 at the time of his fateful video, continued,
I at least want to know that the kids perceived my message and were able to make something of themselves.
Despite X allegedly engaging in a lifestyle of violence and crime, according to the New York Times, the young rapper clearly hoped to make a difference in the lives of others. 6 months later, he was gone. Iconic rapper Tupac often spoke about his eventual death in his music. In the posthumously released video for I Ain't Mad at Ya, his character is shot and killed by a masked man. In January 1995, 2 months after being shot 5 times in a robbery, Shakur told Vibe, "This is my last interview. If I get killed, I want people to get every drop. I want them to have the real story." That wasn't his final interview, but that hasn't stopped fans from obsessing about some divine force being behind his demise. One of the most telling omens comes from an unlikely source, Tupac's co-star Tim Roth on the movie Gridlocked.
Ever feel like your luck's running out, man? Lately, I've been feeling like my luck's been running out.
Roth told Rolling Stone he was concerned with how many guns the rapper carried and the drama that followed him around. When Roth asked Tupac about it, the rapper reportedly told him, "I think there's a bullet out there with my name on it, man." The 25-year-old rapper was shot and killed in September 1996, 4 months before the film's release. Rapper and singer Lisa Left Eye Lopez, best known as a member of TLC, was involved in a tragic car accident just weeks before the one that claimed her life. In the first incident, a van she was riding in struck and killed a little boy. In the doc The Last Days of Left Eye, Lopez holds a pair of the boy's shoes and says,
"And his last name was Lopez."
According to filmmakers, Lopez believed a spirit that had been haunting her had killed the child instead of killing her. A few weeks later, on April 25, 2002, MTV reported Lopez, then 30, lost control of the vehicle she was driving, crashed, and died. Years later, Lopez appeared to send a message from the afterlife to her former TLC bandmate T-Boz on Hollywood Medium.
She's just, from her perspective, happy that no one else was killed in this incident. She's more focused on others and their well-being. Unique.
And it was 8 people in the car, and
Okay.
she's the only one who died.
For the friends and family of Dolores O'Riordan, lead singer of the Cranberries, her death from accidental drowning was devastating. O'Riordan's friend Barry Egan told the Belfast Telegraph that O'Riordan had long battled depression and previously attempted to take her own life but had since found some peace.
A lot of people were going, "So what happened? So were you anorexic? Were you bulimic? Were you depressed?" It was like I wasn't anorexic and I was depressed, yeah.
As part of her healing process, Egan said the singer would talk to herself in the mirror. When asked what she'd say to her reflection, O'Riordan responded, "It is not your fault, and I love you. Be nice to yourself. And slow down, because I am not going to live that long. I'm 43. If I see 50, I'll be happy." O'Riordan died on January 15, 2018, at age 46. Conspiracy theories surrounding the Beatles have circulated for decades, but one of the most famous is that John Lennon accurately predicted his death. The best example might be a 1965 interview in which Lennon said, "We'll either go in a plane crash or we'll be popped off by some loony." But that isn't the only evidence that he may have tapped into his fate. In what may be his final interview, Lennon told Rolling Stone, "What they want is dead heroes like Sid Vicious and James Dean. I'm not interested in being a dead hero." There's also footage of Lennon laughing off a letter from a fan warning that there would be an attempt on his life.
"I believe that there will be an attempt to assassinate you. The spirit that gave me this information was Brian Epstein."
The 40-year-old musician was killed in New York on December 8, 1980.